Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here reacting to the season 1 finale of PeaceMaker. This is called It's Cow or Never. Last time on PeaceMaker, we had Chris killing his father. We had Eagly being resuscitated via the power of prayer. We also had Myrn dying. That was a bummer. And now the crew is getting ready to go kill this cow. But PeaceMaker and Out of Bio are currently not friends. So I don't want to talk a whole lot before we jump into this, so before we get into it, if you end up liking my reaction, please leave a like on the video. That means a lot to me, and it helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here, consider subscribing or ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean a lot as well. But other than that, let's just jump right into the season finale of PeaceMaker.
I know I'm the last person that you want to hear from right now, Chris.
That is true.
Can't apologize enough.
Okay, come on now.
I know that you're mad, but from the bottom of my heart,
Guys.
I really am sorry. I read your file, Chris. It was an accident. You were a child. Don't forgive me. That's fine. But stop letting that shit define who you are.
I think it would have been a really interesting twist. You know how if you watched Invincible, how their title card after every episode is like increasingly splattered with blood. It would have been really interesting to have this intro like evolve over the course of the series. Like maybe after last episode, maybe Myrn isn't there. Maybe Peacemaker's dad is not in the intro. Maybe Vigilante's suit is bloodied. Like, that would require a lot of like filming this dance for them, but that would be really neat if they could pull that off. You know, give Judo Master a bullet hole.
So I was thinking, like, maybe you could call in the Justice League. No, I'm not kidding.
Can you believe Amanda Wallace?
Yo, is she gonna call in the Justice? Is that what happens? That has to be what happens.
I took my wife's name.
Doesn't that make you the girl in the relationship?
We're both girls.
Yeah, they're
in
both
the
girls.
relationship, Adrian. That's what being a lesbian is.
This is Underwater World. Allows you to breathe underwater. This one's scabies for all. Upon activation, it gives everybody 1 mile radius scabies, except of course the wearer of the helmet. This one is anti-gravity. Allows you to float.
Aimlessly?
No, I carry a tiny hand fan to guide me.
Oh.
This is sonic boom. Human torpedo. So you aim your head at whatever you want to destroy, and you become a
Human torpedo.
sweet. Yeah, only sweet if you want to risk shattering every bone in your body. That's just a prototype.
Okay, so they're definitely gonna use that one. That's gonna be the one that that saves the day.
And activate it from here. And then maybe you can put on activate anti-gravity and just float it over there.
Guys?
You shouldn't have said that. It's gonna just float away permanently.
Guys!
Fuck! Deactivate anti-gravity! Deactivate anti-gravity! Did you say?
Like Green Arrow?
No, not like Green Arrow. Like dude goes to brony conventions dressed in the back half of Twilight Sparkle with a 4-inch wide butthole drilled in the costume.
Maybe it's so we can breathe properly.
You actually believe that shit?
He has an insane story for every single superhero.
No,
That
I
one's
actually heard that's
true,
true,
though.
about Green Arrow, but that's the first thing he said that's real.
An Aquaman fucking fish.
Well, yeah, obviously.
It doesn't even matter. We don't know who knows.
Take it. No, Eagle, you just take the helmet. Take it. Take it. I know you don't like her. The mean blonde woman has nothing to do with this. No.
The mean blonde woman has nothing to do with this. Well then. I don't think it's gonna work, but
Shit.
just drops it in the woods.
How are ants a more important part of the circle of life than, like, fish?
Is that a serious question?
What?
There are shitloads of ants. How many fish are there?
I don't know, but probably as many as there are ants.
Probably not.
Not in one place at the same time, dude.
Okay, I'm as confused as fuck by this conversation.
Yeah? Well, welcome to the fucking club.
You thought you could lose me by killing me, boy?
Oh, that's not good.
Dead.
Didn't work.
How you like that, huh?
Oh, okay, well.
Thanks for coming back, Ghost. So I can kill you all over again.
That's sad. I heard a clank. Is the helmet there?
Holy shit!
Oof. That was brutal.
And why are these wet?
I washed them in the creek.
Why?
One of the
blood
things
on
us
'em.
warriors seldom talk about is how often people shit themselves when they die. It's a touch of gray in the white cloud of kicking ass.
So now you want me to risk my life wearing diarrhea pants?
Hey, nobody said anything about diarrhea. I said it was shit.
Was it diarrhea?
Yes, it was.
John, you can do this. Just act
Yes, it
like
was.
Don't show any expression.
Where are you going? I'm going inside.
Why?
'Cause he wants to.
Because of this bag?
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
No way that works. He sees the cow.
No.
Fuck it. No more codgers.
The man you've taken over. Why did he do that to his beard?
What? Why did he color his beard all strange like that?
Is he gonna have to tell the truth?
He thought it made him look younger and more handsome.
He never had a girlfriend, so he thought dyeing his beard might help.
Dang.
He was also lazy.
So he did dye his beard.
Mostly, though, he never thought anybody noticed.
Everybody did.
Recently. When one guy said it to him all the time.
It was a deeply impactful thing.
Humans can be really pathetic.
Oof.
Yeah.
That guy just put this down here!
Fuck, do it now! Do it!
Activate Sonic.
What the fuck? How'd that even happen?
My hands are sweaty.
Oh my god. Out of bio.
Activate Sonic Boom.
That's a hefty one.
No.
I think that lady's fine. The cow is fine.
Activate Sonic Boom.
Ooh. Es crumbling. Es crumbling.
Yeah, that's it for the charges.
Oh, he's got a shield with the dub of peace on it. I was on a flying thing. Use the shield. Vigilante's pretty good with that sword, eh? Just don't let that thing get in you. Oh, that was kind of dirty. Good word.
My
Oh,
BFF.
Indeed. Dang, man. Just tanks that entire fall.
Darn it.
Ooh. Oh. Oh no. You got shoulder shot and a hip shot.
Hey, what makes you think you can do this?
She's good at the job.
Because I'm made for this shit.
Oh. Yes.
You're gonna get hurt.
Oh, oh. That sounded.
Oh my God!
Oh. Oh. How? How does it? Oh no. Oh, don't go inside her. That's definitely what we don't want to happen. How about it's like John Wick? Shoot it! Shoot that thing! Yes! Oh, good work out of Bio. It did look like it was clawing at her throat, though. Is that the scabies? Or the torpedo one? Probably the torpedo one. I don't know why it would be the scabies one. Oh man. Hopefully it doesn't make it too unstable and crush him. It's not gonna be Leota. It's the cop. Oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
Oof. I think Goff's like the only one left.
Activate human torpedo!
Oh, that did not work at all.
We're not doing this for power. We're doing it because we took a vow.
Ooh, he takes vows as well. But Adebayo and Harcourt told him the vow is stupid. So,
The cow would help the last of our people survive for another 100 years. But not long after we arrived, we realized the people of Earth were on the exact same trajectory as our people had been. Ignoring science in favor of populist leaders who tell you that the floods and the fires and the disease are unrelated to your own actions.
yup.
Profit over survival.
Treating minor inconveniences as assaults on your freedom.
And
True
so
facts.
We made a vow.
To do anything we could to change your future. We made a vow to make the choices for you that you were incapable of making on your own, to save your people and your world, no matter how many lives it cost us.
Kill as many men, women, and children as necessary for peace.
Mom disagree.
Be the peacemaker.
Join us. in
Oh man,
saving the planet.
I don't know.
What do you say?
Activate human torpedo.
What?
Sorry, Goff.
That's disgusting. It's like hot too. Gross. I don't know if I think I might agree with the butterflies, but like they did kill a lot of people. It's very complicated. Like they probably had to die for what they did, but like they were kind of right. Oh, no way. No way.
You're late, you fucking dickhead.
Is that actually Jason Momoa?
Another fish, asshole.
No way. That is Jason Momoa.
It's not a rumor.
And Ezra Miller.
Fuck you, Barry.
Why were Zack Snyder fans mad at this? That's so funny. Waller called the Justice League and they showed up just late. It's like in Ant-Man when they're like, all right, first thing we're going to do is call the Avengers.
That's...
Oh, he called her nickname too.
After Eagly. You're my BFF.
Oh, damn right she is. Damn right.
Called
She just
Project
goes out the
Butterfly.
window.
This is all part of a Black Ops program known as Task Force X, where convicted criminals are undertaking dangerous
Dang.
missions
She's making it public.
under the command of a woman
Dictator.
named Amanda Waller,
What the fuck?
Who happens to be my mother.
That's close enough. Like, you don't need to kiss yet. Holding hands is fine. Dang, I'm surprised the government just let her go. They didn't, like, bring her in, like, yo, you're going to jail now. Judo Master! I wonder if a butterfly survived and is going to go into Judo Master. Still got Cheetos. Just always has Cheetos. Oh, is that Goff? Goff's just here to chill now. Oh, that's the last that he has. Dad will always be with him. Wow. Wonder what they got at the end, eh?
You're not fat at all. See?
Why are you all so obsessed with my physical appearance?
Sarcasm.
I haven't noticed you.
Not worried that you're gonna die. But I am worried that you're gonna die.
Thanks.
Wow. Is that out of concern? I am worried that you're gonna die. Okay. That was a good season finale. I liked that. That one, it definitely leaves you with some stuff to think about. I think the butterflies were right. Like they came to this planet, and this giant cow, they said can keep them alive for what, another 100 years. So at most they'll be around for 100 years, but in the meantime, they can make some quality decisions. Honestly, I mean, yeah, they'd be killing lots of people, but like, I mean, indirectly via climate change and all that, like the whole Earth might die. Like, is the trade-off worth it? Like, if you get rid of probably a decent amount of sucky people, like the politicians that they're maybe killing are the ones that are like against the the policies that are good. I don't know. If you're a Republican, you probably didn't like this episode. After the butterflies just threw some shots at the GOP. You know, I assume maybe there's more butterflies around the world, right? Like I don't know if they killed them all in that barn, but at least all the ones in that area are gonzo. And that cow, I think, probably was the only one still making food. So the butterflies should all die off in a couple weeks. I think it's kind of cute that Goff decided to just live out their final days with PeaceMaker. The motivations of Goff felt a little inconsistent at times, right? Because like you think they're becoming friends with PeaceMaker, and then they escape into a body and like start this like all-out war, and like are totally fine killing everyone, and then are like peaceful again. It is a little inconsistent back and forth, but I guess when you examine their like overall motives of like helping humanity, maybe they're chill. So, and I guess Myrn was like on board the overall theme of what they were trying to do, but wasn't a fan of the methods of like taking people over and you know, killing those people for over the course of 100 years. How many people would they end up inhabiting? Like obviously you don't want to kill those people, but like I think the butterflies might have been right. Like obviously something had to be done like to stop that. I don't know, man. I guess that's the moral question of this series and of the finale is like, in the end, were PeaceMaker's gang doing the right thing? I mean, from a certain point of view, yeah, like they were bringing justice to murderers. The butterflies unquestionably did murder a lot of people. Their ideals for why they did that, good. I mean, it's like the one scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he's like, I did it for love, and he's like, cool motive, still murder. Like they had a good motive, but they still did murder a lot of people, and they kind of, you know, you get to decide whether or not you know, you let them do their plan or you let them or you kill them. I don't know how I feel about it, right? Like if I was PeaceMaker, I feel like at that point you've already gone through all of that to try and stop them. It would feel so weird to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, yeah, you guys can live. So like I understand the motivations for him just being like, I'm done. Like I'm not holding to this vow that I made as a kid anymore. Like I'm just gonna kill you. And he doesn't kill Goff. He just ends the further killing of people, which is admirable. But at the same time, I feel like if I was in PeaceMaker's position and they like explained that whole thing, I would have been like, oh, well, shoot. And I think I personally might side with the butterflies on that. I mean, in the end, they're only going to be there for 100 years, right? They said the cow will only keep them alive for another 100 years or so. So, you know, it's not like you have to worry about them like being indefinite overlords of the human population. It's just like a brief little, you know, indentured servitude type thing. And so, like, I don't know, man. Like, how much progress could happen in 100 years? Probably a lot. Like, they could really fix a lot of stuff. They have teleportation technology. They probably have a decent amount of other technology that they could help the human race with. solving climate change, solving human rights issues. I think I am of the opinion that the butterflies were right. Their methods, not great. It's kind of like Killmonger in Black Panther. Like, he's right, like, but his methods are so wrong. And in this, the butterflies are right, but the way they went about it, not great. I mean, it's not like they can get volunteers, and they can't inhabit these bodies after the bodies die, so they couldn't just like pick up dead people. The best they could, and it's not like they can't just like inhabit the worst people possible. Like, they had to, if they want to make the changes that need to be made to save the human race, they had to inhabit powerful people. Yeah, I don't know. So it's a big trade-off of letting them execute their plan. But I think I am okay with that trade-off. Who knows? If you agree or disagree in the comments, let me know. I mean, it's definitely going to be a multifaceted issue. So I'm very interested to see where you guys fall in regards to that. I'm glad that they like all finally became a team and like looked out for each other. PeaceMaker forgave Adebayo and their BFFs after Eagly. That's wonderful. Harcourt is alive and regaining the ability to walk. That's great. Vigilante's alive. Economos is alive. That's good. The lingering issues, PeaceMaker is hallucinating his father. I assume that will carry on into season 2. But otherwise, the biggest thing, other than killing the cow, the biggest thing that happened was the appearance of the Justice League. They show up late and they're like, why don't you go F some more fish, Aquaman? He's like, I hate that rumor. Barry's like, it's not a rumor, dude. That was so funny. I thought that was great. They kind of, Aquaman and the Flash kind of had that like a tiny bit adversarial relationship in the Justice League movie when they're trying to fight Superman and they just keep getting in each other's way, and he's like points at him, he's like, "Argh." Like, so that fits with the characters, like those two characters. I wonder obviously if they got all the actors back, they would have showed all their faces. So I'm guessing they couldn't get Superman, Henry Cavill. They probably couldn't get Cyborg or Wonder Woman or Batman. Like, so I'm guessing these were the only two actors they could get for this scene, and that's really cool that they both filmed for it. That's awesome. I don't know why Zack Snyder fans would be mad. Because Aquaman said the F word? I feel like that's not... Why would that make them... I don't know. Like, is it because they didn't have... I'm sweaty. Is it because they didn't bring back Henry Cavill, like, or Batfleck? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know why they would be upset, but it's whatever. I loved Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I love this show, so I'm a unicorn. What else? Oh, also going into season 2, the biggest thing is Adebayo making the Task Force X like public knowledge, and her mother's role in it and her role in it and all that being public knowledge. So I wonder what effect that will have on the future of this show, maybe on like a Suicide Squad sequel. Characters like Bloodsport, because I think at the end of the Suicide Squad movie, did he go free or he went back to I forgot exactly what happened to him, but he was kind of like, I have all this info on Task Force X, and he was kind of holding it over Waller, and he's like, I'll release this if you do anything to us. So like, is that leverage gone now? I'm curious about the impact that would have on this world as a whole. But otherwise, I thought the series was great. Like, I went in with low expectations because I wasn't the biggest fan of the character of Peacemaker from the movie. But I really grew to love these characters, and John Cena is an incredibly underrated actor. I thought, while some, like, the humor of this show was simultaneously like turned way up in terms of outrageousness, but also toned way down. Like, obviously, like, MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that, like, they're not going to be dropping F-bombs. They're not going to be exploding people, cutting people's heads off. Like, that's not going to happen in the MCU. So, like, it's toned up in terms of that, like how graphic things are and how, like, mature it is, but it's toned way down, I feel like, in terms of the outrageous, like, obnoxiousness of, like, jokes that just don't land and aren't funny. Like, I think I have a big problem with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies in that regard. Like, the clearest example for me that comes to mind is the taser face scene in Guardians 2, I think, when they're just making fun of that dude whose name is Taserface, and they make it like a 3-minute scene of just like everyone being like, Taserface, and then everyone bursts out laughing. They call the golden lady, she's like, Taserface, oh, like, it was like, that whole, like, 4-minute scene in Guardians 2 almost ruined that whole movie for me. Like, I hated that part. Like, so the humor, in my opinion, in the show is way better. The combat and action scenes were all really good and fun. James Gunn also has a really strong way of making characters, like, making you care about characters and feel for characters that you shouldn't care about and, like, arguably are bad people, and, like, you feel sympathetic to them. Like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. Oh, I also saw on Instagram that James Gunn and well, I don't know the actress's name. I forgot her name. But the woman who plays Harcourt, James Gunn, they've been dating for like 6 years. They just got engaged, so that's fun. It's a little weird because they're like 20 years apart. I think he's like 22 years older than her, which is like, it's a little sketchy, but, like, yeah, you know what? They're adults, so I guess it's, their decisions are their own. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder, are they going to be a team next season? Multiple questions. But overall, I loved this series. I thought it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series as well. Definitely let me know your thoughts on this episode, on the season as a whole. I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments. If you ended up enjoying my reaction to the season finale of Peacemaker, please leave a like on the video. That means a ton to me. Helps my channel out a lot with the algorithm. If you are new here, consider subscribing and stick around. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.